teams. Can those teams underneath dismount them? Like Kale says, it's a wonder here, but we're getting Stanhawk to start things off in just a short moment. No smash ruling will come effect on this first match. It's all about getting over that match point.
That's what we're working with. We'll keep you up to date as things flow, as the teams start to show us what they're made of today. But all you can do, if you're watching at home or in the arena here live, give these teams your energy. Make some noise in that building and show us how excited you are for these games.
We're cutting across Sandhawk, directly horizontal, like a slice from a katana. Which one of these teams will be sharp enough in this game to get above of that match point at 128 and take this whole tournament home? Or will we go all 6 maps today? We can only wait and see as all the teams get out the plane and situated on this match. It looks like Power and 4 Thrives are not done on their duel up towards Hattin.
It's been a fitting name for Power because it has been a power struggle between these two teams. It's happened again and again. We'll see if they actually learn and have some reservations. Obviously, the first time it was Power that pulled it off. Second game, it was 4 Thrives that came out on top. And this time, they both call it quits on the adjustment drops.
Smart move from Power here. They know they're in 10th place. They're going to push this further. Surprisingly, 4 Thrives are actually over the top of them with 68, but middle portion of these points is so interchangeable, and the interchangeability does mean massive swings in cash and glory as you head further and further up those tables. We're going to sit ourselves over towards the eastern side, which does, surprisingly, or not so surprisingly with the circle look that we've seen from them, Yangon Galacticos in a great position in Paradise Resort.
A team that has proved so much in such a short space of time. Tons of talent, very exciting to watch, and I think it's been quite an amazing storyline with how obviously some of us were looking at this thinking, yeah, okay, you're kind of making it work, but is the consistency there? Is this sustainable? Is this repeatable? And I mean, all we've had from the playoffs has been a big resounding yes again and again and again.
It's been more of that, please, the entire time. For Yangon Galacticos, their maneuvers have been sound. It has been smart when it needs to be. Some god grenades been sent over the top from this team. No individual player really strikes out either over on Yangon Galacticos. There has been some moments of absolute domination from some of those players in key moments, but it's a different player each time stepping up to the plate to deliver for that squad. And I think that's what makes them so great, is that the players all can perform at such a high level. No one's lagging behind on that team. Everyone's running in lockstep with one another. But there's a couple of teams we'll be focusing on this match, and this is one of them right here. It's Weibo Gaming. Currently in 3rd place on 82 points, having a real standout here for their region, with some legendary names on board, such as Order right here.
For Order, he's quite consistently been bringing the gavel down on teams inside of these lobbies. We've seen his impact time and time again, but this whole squad goes explosive like the bow that Sook likes to play with so consistently. And right now they're thrown into a clash versus Aura. First tag's good. Able to knock the opening man here into the last day of action. Takes down Jiggle, backline for No Fear.
Order goes down pretty quickly as well, playing behind the stairways, but Aura's taking a sideswipe angle here. I think Team Secret starts to get slightly involved. Sky moves up, but he's in the grass, waiting like a blade of grass to stab and strike from the back.
He's getting these audio cues as well. All about timing for this one. Slowly makes his move forward. The jump up from Sky might have given the game away, but the periphery wasn't spotted. He instantly engages. Angle peek as well. Good tag from Sleepy. The bite back. It's a hefty hit. Looking for more.
33Z steps up though, will find him on a beautiful DBS shot. And Weibo, they've been taking knocks here and there, but this is a resounding success from this team. And again, it's a real fast start here for Weibo Gaming. They know that they need big elims on these matches if they hope to catch up to APG as well as Yangon Galacticos.
No Fear. The opposite of his name at the minute, man. You are going to be sweating bullets. Head down, hope to avoid being just an additional point on that markup, because like you say, they'll be grabbing those with both hands. Already some more action from the squads that are at the top. It's Alpha that are back on screen, looking for a bit of a drive-by. A couple establishing shots that were thrown out towards Fireflux.
Weibo Gaming get themselves back up on their feet now, all 4 players. Alpha Gaming on our screens, down towards the southwest side, coming in contact with Ida probably quite soon, alongside with their Turkish brethren in Fireflux, who are just off towards the east. This is around Quarry. Not an easy position to play, honestly. Will siphon a lot of teams down towards the south side. And they'll have to break fast on either the east or the west. Yangon Galacticos, though, targeted. And why not? Give yourself extra time if you're Regnum Kaya, who've had some okay games, honestly, currently at 74 points, but they'd like to bit further up the leaderboards. After such success over towards PMGO and overall from this team, they want to extend these playoffs as much as possible.
They would need to climb. And like you say, that's starving out these teams from being able to get themselves into a position to win off of that smash rule. The longer the day goes on, the better. Here, opportunities could present themselves. It's Loxic who's hoping to lock in with the barrage of bullets, but the instant response, that was so quick.
The 180 off that one, what was that? You're Regnum Kaya, you're thinking to yourself, I'm working against a reaction speed machine. That's terrifying. That would scare me. That would really scare me. It's like Regnum Kaya now realize that they need to be instantaneous on a knock. They need to get this team shot on board quickly now, because they know they can't take any of these quick stabs in the dark. If they're not successful, immediately Yangon Galacticos is going to know the position.
If that's not a good litmus test of what their form's looking like today, I don't know what is. That was absolutely balmy, mate.
They're wired right now. They are wired.
They know it's at their fingertips. The trophy, the title, the lion's share of the prize money. Oh boy, you talk Alliance, and maybe there's a couple looking for an opportunity to pounce 4 Thrives on a bit of a rotate around.
From the north side. Going down towards the south now. We'll see if they just wrap around. Yangon Galacticos actually sets themselves up nicely on this eastern edge. There's a very, very good area of escape here for them, but the circle will center up on the eastern island, giving both Regnum Kai and Yangon Galacticos a nice springboard here from Paradise Resort. 4 Thrives are going to make their way down, though. It looks like they're heading towards the southern arena here, just on the northern precipice of Paradise Resort. In the meantime, Alter Ego, who we spoke about a lot, not so much in this game so far, as we were focused over towards Weibo and APG slightly earlier, but another team in 4th place, 78 points. They're slightly further away, but they are the top of the middle of the pack, I would say, in terms of point scoring.
Alpha Gaming making their move bit by bit here. Quick scan from Doc up on the elevated angle. We'll see if he can catch whiff of anyone's positions and get a read on this. Alter Ego not far out, just over towards boot camp.
It's a weird one for us as well, Jackie. With the announcement from James Yang earlier, this is likely the final ever Sandhawk will cast.
Kind of crazy, man. It's always a fun map. Provides for some very interesting games. But hey, Rondo's looking exciting.
That it is. So we'll make the most of this one. I know it's not any secret, as I say it multiple times, especially the audience at home, that Sandhawk has always been one of my favorite maps and holds a special place in my heart for the chaotic action. And that's what I'm looking for towards the end of this map, to look to secure those match points for certain teams towards the top to set themselves up nicely, to tee themselves off into match 2 and 3.
Weibo, the shots down range. It's the RX that are on screen now. We get their POV. Nades over the top.
Nice.
So good. Right on top of order, and look at the follow-up. The downtime on that is pinpoint. Great communication to get that opening conversion instantly blank. No opportunity to reply.
Yeah, Order wasn't getting away from that no matter what. Even if he tried to crawl inside the rock, those nades would have still done the trick. So Weibo Gaming are forced off of this one, and 3 elims is not enough so far. They need more off the back of this one, and right now they're sandwiched between 4 Thrives, DRX, Horrors underneath them, Team Secrets guarding out towards the west. Smile did move down from Yangon Galacticos over towards a small shack on the south side, which gives them a comfortable position, an anchor point for the rest of the team to drag themselves over towards. But Weibo, they lose Order, they lose Sook. 2 very prominent players on the team are now down. He and 33Z will now need to move off. This is not the game they wanted to start off things with, and like we said, there were so many teams around them.
You're just being pushed from pillar to post as well. It was 4 Thrives that found the stab onto the second player, with Zook being taken out of commission. They try to bail on it. Team Secret catch vision, fire shots their way, soften them up. And ahead of them, it's Alter Ego. So no matter where you go, you are terrified at this point.
Next circle coming in fairly shortly now over towards stage 3, and we'll see where this bad boy ends up, because I think a lot of teams would prefer it not to go down towards Quarry side, where Ida, E-Arena, as well as Fireflux currently are placed. Much easier prospects over towards this area of the map. A lot of nice little bits of high ground to play around outside of boot camp. APG currently just guarding though for Thunder Talks, who are coming in from that western side. Falcons haven't found a home. Still in the blue, down towards Cave. They have to wait things out. There's a lot of teams that move through Camp Charlie.
Looks like we're getting some Rondo gameplay early, because those bird cages are going to be startled when they make their move over towards the zone. Non-Shin Red Force ready for the clash, but we're already thrown into one. There's Phalax unloading. The DBS rattles back over though, and 4 Thrives might come unstuck. You think you finished the job, and T24 has to do it himself from the backline. A messy engagement. Noki's gone. You can at least get that pick-me-up play back over onto Phalax. Unless another squad pulls up. Regnum Karia as well, being headhunted by SayCloud. That's another point to the tally for Yangon.
Bad start for some of these teams though, Jackie. Weibo down to 1 player and a sliver of HP. DRX out with all 4 players down. Not a lot of eliminations to speak of. The 2 Terrors towards the top, towering over the rest of the lobby. It is the twins in Yangon Galacticos and APG, just 1 point apart.
You can feel a bit of a different air with how these teams are approaching it today as well. The importance on each of these points. And for Yangon, the path ahead of them could be found with resistance from Power. A team that have been no strangers to picking up big elimination games here on Sanhok.
APG playing this out very slow at the moment. They know they need to. This game's about getting over match point. And I think for APG, it's a slightly different story for them because it's quite an aggressive team. For Yangon Galacticos, they sort of just need to play their own game. Won't have to switch things up too much playing on the outer edge. But for APG, this is where they'd go to die right now if they're not able to get over that match point early in the day. Yangon Galacticos is able to fix that one for themselves. Right now, I'd say APG is playing a smart game. They're not trying to push too far. They're securing that location on the western side. They do not want to be backstabbed. And this is nice. This is nice. They can certainly play this one. They're keeping it all nice and calm, which is kind of uncharacteristic for that team, but they have been making these adjustments where it's required during these playoffs, and it has been so fantastic to see a more controlled approach for Alpha Gaming.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to watch. And they've been running those more passive games. We've seen that on Sanhok from them. Placements have been huge, and especially at this point, getting those placements, getting into that smash zone, that could be a whole different story. We get the shift on the zone as well. Team Secret not in a bad spot whatsoever, centered up with some cover to play with.
Emre taking down Redox as Falcons made a quick rotate towards the center of the circle, going for a lot more of these recently. APG trying to move through the circle. This is slightly late. They cleared the western side, but they were bold build on their push rods towards the east. Zhor's already down. Rifus is knocked out the vehicle. Oh, it's a dangerous gambit, Jackie.
It's a very deadly game they're playing. Trying to focus on so many different angles because of where they found themselves trapped. Limited cover to play with. Shots in the backline still coming in from Doxy. Ahead of them, it's he that's also trying to take peaks back over. In the meantime, Hora go out. Seems like Power have kicked off the fight versus Yangon as well. And SayCloud, that one gets stolen away from Red and Karia, whilst 4-5s continue the fight versus E-Arena, and Alpha Gaming just try and find some form of cover.
SayCloud going down is very dangerous for Yangon Galacticos, considering how strong he's been for the squad. They do get a re-knock, but now Yangon Galacticos down to 2 versus the 3 coming through from Power. Al-Haji is fully flushed out there. So a 3v3 effectively, unless another player goes down, dropping Yangon to just 2. In a similar boat with APG in those moments, Smile gets taken down by Ragnar. A match point might just not be found in this match as Yangon Galacticos are out.
A sigh of relief for many other teams in the lobby with Power pulling off that play. Their eyes lighting up as they see the Elim feed starting to fill with Yangon's name. But for Alpha, the journey continues. Fragmented though, down to the 2 players, just Doc and Rifus that are trapped apart from one another. Bullets out from Rifus onto the back of Doc C. He's trying to take the peaks on this.
Tough game now for Alpha Gaming, just the 2 players. This is really rough. Rifus hits the deck also. This is Alter Ego, almost about to lose Krypton at distance from Tizzy. Out in the blue. You'd be furious if you're Alter Ego. This was a very, very good opportunity for them to catch up in the rankings.
For Nonshin, I don't think this will be a Dr. Dre play. They won't forget about Doc trapped in behind the rocks. Via Flux taking the head-to-head versus Regnum Karia with a third party from Team Secret as well. Tizzy has already shown us how much turmoil he can cause in this lobby with the shots over onto Krypton of Alter Ego. You get the replay here of a very important fight as well. That was Power versus Yangon that resulted in them going out.
Alter Ego's doing great work. Moana with a big nade. Hits the double. Alva's been taking some nice shots from Alter Ego, and that's outside in the blue, making the most of this zone, but he knows he's got to get back in because just like that, the play zone was doing a huge amount of damage. I think he just about made it through, but that's another great nade from Tizzy over towards Rosemary, leaving them down to just the 1 player. Where is that nade going? Got no more left now. Wasn't able to confirm over towards Rosemary. Alva's back up on his feet. Moana's dropping the smokes.
Tizzy's trying to get in close range. Wants to put the shot into good use. Tag from the side. Alpha gets the visual on him. Nade up from the teammate. Good peek back in. It's Binny in the back that hits heavy with the DBS. You're going for the pickup. The car drives by. Moana runs into the barrel and goes down. See you later, Alter Ego.
Almost all of our big ticket teams are down now. Regnum Karia, DRX, Alter Ego, Weibo. But it's Alpha Gaming surprisingly getting Rifus back up on their feet. This game's not done yet for this squad.
It seems like they smell blood in the water off the fight from Alter Ego. The bounce on the nade. That one's going to arc you back up and get you a little bit clammy in the hands. Rifus has 4 nades of his own to reply with. Casts one in close. Binny rocks over. They can play off one another. That's the manpower advantage they have. And Rifus, he's on an island. The nade bouncing over the top as well. Reply with the molly to force him out of position. He's being burnt, cooked in position. They just need to get close to finish him.
Gets tagged by the flames as well, and that will be Rifus going down here. Now just Doc, the big man himself. 27 elims during the playoffs. It is a massive result for a singular player here. Can he hold his own? At least get themselves some more points going into the next match to make that match point slightly easier. For Yangon Galacticos, it's 8 that they need to breach in our first angle of the day, and Doc's out, and it's Power of all the teams to make it happen. Making these games interesting, taking down both Yangon and APG, the Giant Slayers.
Heavy is the hand from Power today, as they are running through these teams. They take the fight to 4 frags from distance as well. Confidence to split. It's Easy that was able to strip Falak out of the competition.
4 frags, not doing too badly on this match. 9 eliminations. Good result for them. Nice shot through from IQ. Once again over towards Easy, being left behind as Vahiden has to wrap back round again to wrap Vahiden with bandages. Get Easy back up on his feet as quickly as possible because this blue is starting to push in and it hits hard. That might be both of them going down, in fact. Vahiden's very lucky to get out of there as quickly as he did.
Had me scared, man. The drive through the blue, the wide turning circle. The play zone still going to nip at the heels of Easy as well. So it's starting to go south for Power bit by bit. 4 frags taken to pieces as well. Team Secret engage on top of them. Nongshim Red Force just watching, biding their time. You've got the 2-player push-up close towards the Falcons that are catching whiff of this.
Cole and Ralph. Deadly duo here. The IGL. And the slayer of squads, Koa himself. Good nade up from Zizzy. More Molotovs thrown through, just delaying what Falcons can do here. The blue's going to force them out into unfavorable engagement between them. There's a car coming in.
Nice Team Secret having a bit of a scout on that one. See if they want to commit to it. Zizzy on the peak up, only able to grab one. The boa constrictor himself poises, hits back. Oh, straight into the nade. And goodbye Falcons, as Team Secret shut them down. Power are still in play, but of course it's only that duo that remains alive right now.
Team Secret whispering death in the ears of these other teams. A nade over the top, it looks to go fairly long, bounces over the top, a huge amount of damage off the back of that one. No team is inside the circle. Nongshim Red Force taking this time to move out towards the south side and get some big angles. Another nade over towards the backside of Power there, should be going down now. Ragnar attempts to deny the points, but it's slightly late. It's Team Secret up against Nongshim, a 3v3.
So many wide open sight lines to work with. Zizzy realizes he's got to get up close and provide some cover for himself, but it's an instant connection. First man falls, leaving only 2. They can't play to get him back up. They've got to focus on the crosshairs instead.
That will be Nongshim Red Force taking the first chicken dinner of the day. What a fantastic result for them. I mean, to be quite frank, from their region, Nongshim Red Force plays extremely strange throughout this entire tournament. It's a whole different style because we're used to very defensive kind of plays from that region overall. But Nongshim Red Force shows us a completely different, deadly, angry side from that team.
We've seen them running headfirst into danger time and time again. And this is another one of these games where they come out swinging. Exciting stuff though, with Power causing that struggle in the lobby, taking the fight to the teams that are so close to that point barrier and making it uncomfortable, giving other squads a chance now.
They've just painted a target on their back.
Oh yeah.
Power's made some very powerful enemies in this game, but I don't think they'll be stopping anytime soon. I like that they're just playing these games out with not a care in the world. They just want more